Hello everyone, I am Manav, and in this video we are gonna learn about combustion and also about the flame, about the inflammable materials and about the combustible materials, LPG, CNG, about the fuels, about the fossil fuels. We are gonna learn about all this term in this video. So let's begin with our daily life example, or I can say at what time we usually use combustion word or burning. So let's begin with the examples. First, a very common example, burning of candle, burning of paper. Am I right? And these two examples, and I can also take the example of burning of trees, burning of wood, burning of fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, coal. Coal is not fossil fuel. We can make as it we can use that thing. It is a fossil fuel, and other fossil fuel are mainly made up of coal and ethanol, methane, and from this there is LPG cylinders, CNG. What is the full form of CNG? It is competitor neutral gas. So if you find these terms so that are wrong. Today I was attending a class on combustion and flame. So there was a question that the full form of CNG is I cannot remember that thing what was written there, but I can remember the full form of N and G. G will remain the same as gas. This is very much common sense. And remaining our N, that was neutral. Third, I cannot remember. Compressor. No. That was not compressor. We suppose cylinder. It's right. It's very much right. Cylinder neutral gas. So it will not be the correct answer for that. The correct answer for that thing is nothing but compressor natural gas. Compressor natural gas. In our home, we usually use LPG cylinder. And there is another gas, biogas. That is biogas. Biogas is still familiar with our, or I can say with the farmers, because this biogas is mainly composed of different natural substances. I'm gonna tell you about this also, but before going to that thing, I'll tell you about the combustion. What do you mean by combustion? It's right. It's very much right. So after this, let's move on to the example that we were doing. First example was of burning of paper, I think, or burning of candle. We can take any. Either we can take this or that. Burning of wood. and burning of other petroleum products. This petroleum products and the example that I have given you, I have used the word burning. So this word burning also relates with this another word combustion. That is another term combustion. I think so. But before going to this, I think we should understand the meaning. Should we? Yes. So, combustion is like a process, it is a chemical process in which heat is evolved, light is emitted, third what was third? CO2 is released. Combustion is like burning. Burning. What? Burning. This burning, I can say that it's quite familiar with the word combustion. So either you can make this word combustion or burning, but while studying chemistry, I think this is the topic of chemistry. So while studying chemistry, I think you should write combustion in your books, in your workbooks, and don't use the burning because it is just a simple word, and to make it more complicated or complex, or we can say impressive, to make, if you wanna make your work very much what we say this impressive and very much good, accurate, effective, fabulous. Now first I forgot this word and then I usually go to all that vocab. So for this I think you should use the word our combustion. So what is combustion? A chemical reaction. Please remember this. It is a chemical and a chemical and a chemical and a chemical reaction. It is also chemical process. It is also chemical reaction. Third, what is left? What is left? In combustion, CO2 is released. What? Carbon dioxide. It doesn't mean that only carbon dioxide is released each and every time. It does not mean that only and only light will emit. It does not mean that only matchstick can burn. There are many exceptions. First exception that you'll have to remember for the exams is that in the combustion, carbon dioxide is released. Carbon dioxide is released. But it doesn't mean that only and only carbon dioxide will release. It doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that only and only carbon dioxide will release. It can. There are chances of the evolution or the evolve of the carbon monoxide, a very poisonous gas. That gas is also in our atmosphere, and that gas also pollutes our atmospheric air. Now, after this, what comes next? First thing that you'll have to remember, first, definition of combustion, very much important. Definition of combustion. Second that you'll have to remember is about the fuels. Third thing that you'll have to learn is how combustion takes place. Please mark my points. Alright. Please mark my point because they are too much.
Am I right?
So that is much and much important. Please mark my point. So we got to know about the combustion fuels. Fuels are those things that mainly take place in the process of combustion. Fuels may be solid, they can may be liquid, they can may be gas. Examples, because without examples we don't understand it. Right? Without example we understand? No. Okay. So after this point, fuels. Yes, I have not make you understand about the examples. I have not stated all the examples. First, in solid, a very common example, coke, or we can say coal. The purest form of coal is coke. It's not Coca-Cola, it is coke. In our liquid, kerosene and all the petroleum product, petrol, diesel, kerosene, ethanol, alcohol. After that, what we have now, what is left? Yes, in the gaseous state, we have LPG, CNG. Now let's move on to the things that are important in the process of combustion. Mean the things that make the combustion process to take place. First, very important, oxygen. Oxygen, without oxygen cannot take place. What? Combustion. It cannot take place without oxygen. Second, there is a particular temperature, the minimum temperature at which it can heat up or burn. I cannot remember that. I think it was irrigant temperature. Like I forgot that word. It was a word like I. It was starting from I. I could not remember. I could not remember in the beginning of the video also. I was thinking that, oh, what was that? So please, sorry for this. Now after this, there is a ingredient temperature, the minimum temperature. If the temperature is low, if that particular temperature is low, so it means it can burn easily. It can. So first thing, oxygen is too much important. Oxygen, without oxygen you cannot. Now oxygen is where? In our air. Oxygen is where? In our air. So if let's suppose if I have matchstick, a single matchstick, and I am doing like this. If you will do like this, if you are just flying your hand and you are thinking that why not it is glowing, why not it is burning, why there is no combustion that is taking place. If you are thinking like this, so please listen me. The reason, when I am doing like this, oxygen is there. I am perfectly agree this thing. But that ingredient, that particular minimum temperature is not given. If you will do like this, if you rub, it will get heat, and that means that is the particular, that is that minimum, that particular minimum temperature of the phosphorus. Phosphorus is there is a coating layer of the phosphorus on the mastic. So how it's glow? Now the things that can do this combustion process, they are known as combustible. What? Combustible. But they are known as combustible. I mean, they can combust things. Wood can. All the here and there things can combust, leaving the soil. I think soil cannot. No, soil can also. Soil can also. No, I can remember. Now, this if object, it has that minimum temperature that I'm talking about is very much high. It means it needs very much heat, so it cannot be burnt easily in air or in surrounding. Like diesel, petrol, alcohol, ethanol. They used to catch fire easily because that particular minimum temperature is too much low. This is a real reason. This is the actual factual reason. Now the things that have the low that minimum temperature and they are combustible are known as inflammable object material, like ethanol, alcohol, LPG, cylinders, CNG, and I think left kerosene, petroleum product. So I hope, friend, you understand that today's topic. A topic is completed, and I will meet in the next video with a new topic. For that, shut up. Thank you.